Ladies and gentlemen, now today our overlords over at Kabam have just dropped an absolutely massive bombshell in regards to the March update. This is looking like one of the biggest updates we have ever had in Marvel Contest of Champions history. There is a lot of stuff coming next month, both in terms of content, but also in terms of just general improvements to the game as well. There's going to be a new daily and weekly objective system. We got 2 new champions, and a really big thing today as well is they have confirmed the new champions and released the full champion spotlights for the 2 new characters as well. So they've beaten out the data mined abilities. We now have the full abilities, the full synergies for the 2 new confirmed champions, Man and Terrax. So I've got so much work to do this evening, man, breaking all of this down, because honestly they've dropped one of the biggest bombshells ever, but it's also at the same time amazing to see just so much information. It's going to get people proper riled up for next month. So the 2 new champions have been confirmed to be Man, with Giganto Jr. accompanying him. So it's confirmed that Sandman unfortunately is not coming to the game just yet, and Giganto Jr. was the kind of leaked champion in Dave's photo. So I'm gutted about Sandman, but Man looks very, very interesting. And also the second champion is going to be Terrax. Now Moleman's going to be skill and Terrax is going to be cosmic, but the 2 new champions are really just the beginning of what's coming next month. We also have the conclusion finally to Act 6. I'm just so excited for this. I think like the big things obviously are we're going to have the Act 6 completion rewards, which if it's like Act 5 are going to be absolutely massive, and hopefully the Act 6 100% rewards are going to be absolutely crazy as well. I've really like decent hopes for both of them, man. Hopefully there's going to be some really good stuff. But above that as well, I think we are going to be seeing the Grandmaster as the very final boss for Act 6 Chapter 4. And you might remember a few months ago, I believe it was Otrix and MCOC Journal, they dug up the full abilities for the Grandmaster and also the special attacks, and we did a video kind of breaking those down. And the Grandmaster fight, it just looks crazy, man. It looks like no other fight in this game. It looks like it's going to be so complicated, so tricky, but also hopefully very fun as well. So I'm very interested to see what they do with the Grandmaster, and I think we're going to have some really fun live streams next month, kind of diving into a little bit of Act 6 Chapter 4. But this means, you know, it confirming it is coming next month. I really do need to pull a finger out and get on with a little bit of Act 6 Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, because I still haven't done 100%. So the grinding, it's got to start this week, lads. I need to get there so we're ready to 100% Act 6 Chapter 4 and get those Act 6 100% rewards there. Now, alongside that, there's going to be the side event next month of Man Expeditions. So every week in March, bring a limited team of 3 champions to the mysterious areas of Subterranea and steal precious treasures from Man. Select your path to focus on specific rewards, but be aware as Man does not take well to visitors, let alone thieves, and may ambush you at any moment. So this seems like a very interesting side event there. I'm not really too sure what to make of this one, but it seems, you know, very different, very fun. It's not a recycled event by the look of it, so hopefully it's going to be good. Like the Squirrel Girl event, you know, was very fun last month, back in January, so hopefully, you know, they know what direction to make it a bit of an interesting event now. But on top of that as well, there's going to be an International Women's Day boss rush and solo objectives. So it says take part in the International Women's Day boss rush with challenges crafted by some prolific women of the Contest of Champions community, and during this time use specific moves and win fights in quests, arenas, dungeons, or duels with female champions to earn rewards from the Woman of Power solo objectives. So yeah, hopefully the challenge, I love a good boss rush, man. The boss rush like last time was really fun. Domino was a little bit tricky. The Symbiote Supreme wasn't the, you know, the most fun fight out there as well, but I think You know, the rewards last time, the 5-star champion for doing it was awesome. So hopefully we can see another 5-star champion for this one, or just like a really, really good bundle of stuff. But I'm interested to see, you know, what the difficulty is going to be, what the rewards are going to be like. But I always do love a good boss rush challenge there. Also, new features and updates. So there's a few new things coming in here. So the first thing is a resource finder. So it's going to be a new feature that will show the summoner where to find the required catalyst to rank up a champion. So this is amazing. There's a lot of stuff like this in various other games when it comes to like finding like gear and materials. So yeah, this seems like an awesome like quality of life thing, especially for like newer players that don't know where to get like certain stuff. So I think that's going to be really, really useful there. There's also going to be a new daily objective will be given to summoners once per day. These can accumulate up to a maximum of 3 objectives, after which they will need to complete an objective to receive a new one. Once per day, they will be able to replace one of their daily objectives for free. So this kind of reminds me of like the daily quest in Hearthstone, where you have to like win a certain amount of games of like Paladin or Hunter or play Battlegrounds or something like that. But this feature, it sounds really, really cool, and it's just on top of everything that we already have. I'm kind of curious to see like what these daily objectives are going to be and what the rewards for them are going to be, because there's not really too much information in that department. But I imagine a lot of this stuff, or a good portion of it, is probably stuff that a lot of people already do on a daily basis. So yeah, man, I was actually thinking about a feature like this like a week ago, and how cool it would be to have. But on top of daily, there's also going to be weekly objectives as well. So 3 weekly objectives will be given out at the start of every week, and any completed objectives at the end of the week will be replaced by a new weekly objective, and any ones that you have uncompleted will remain with their progress intact. So I think that's like a really good system, man, because if you get a little bit behind, you know, it means that your progress isn't lost if you've got like 80% toward one, and then it would just suck if it like reset and you lost all your progress toward that, man. So I think that's like really, really good. Allows players to kind of go at their own pace for the weekly objectives, but I'm also again, very curious to see what the kind of difficulty and requirements and rewards are going to be for these, because I think, you know, they could be really, really exciting. So we'll see how that turns out. Also, there's going to be path-based rewards display. So one-time claimable rewards found on the quest board are now viewable from the View Rewards panel if they are present in a quest. So that one seems a little bit interesting as well. There's also going to be an update to the champion index. So the champion info screen is now available for champions that you do not currently own. So I think you can have a look at the abilities and synergies for characters that you might not have. Additionally, your champion screen now allows sorting of unowned champions by rarity. So that seems like, again, just really, really nice quality of life features. There's just a lot of stuff, man, which I think is going to help out a lot of newer and progressing players here. So yeah, I'm excited for a lot of these, man. These seem like really, really good additions to the game. Also, bug fixes and improvements. So the parry mastery now becomes available to unlock at level 6. Aegon, this bug has been going on for, I think it's about 3-4 months now, maybe even a little bit longer than that. And I kind of knew a fix was coming, but fixed an issue where the heavy attack combo shield did not have a cooldown, so you just spam heavy. So you can still use a heavy attack. I think it's like once every 15 seconds. You just need to be a little bit clever about the timing of heavy attacks. So yeah, kind of, it's a bit of an annoying fix to Aegon, because it makes him like less exciting to play, getting those massive furies off the heavy attack. But if you still time it well, man, you can still get it done and get those massive, massive heavies and line them up with a special 2 there. So it doesn't change too much about Aegon, but it's, you know, it takes a little bit away from him. But again, it's always said that in the description, so he was bugged, and now it is fixed there. So Doctor Strange fixed an issue where Hoggoth's Wisdom was not providing the correct power gain potency. Summoners should notice an increase in power gain when Hoggoth's Wisdom is active, so it looks like there is going to be a bit of a stealth buff or a fix to Doctor Strange there, which is sorely needed. Hopefully it's quite noticeable and Doctor Strange becomes even more of a potent champion. Killmonger now will now be able to chain into a special 2 after finishing a combo with a light attack 4, so a nice little fix on the animation timing there. With Loki, they fixed an issue where his passive stun off the curse and the special 3 was not interacting with stun immunities and other abilities, so it's a little bit of a nerf to Loki there. Not that anybody was really playing Loki, but for the 5 people out there that were hardcore Loki players till the very end, a bit of an annoying change there, man, but you know, it is what it is. Mr. Fantastic, careful study passive. I think this is the attack reduction will now also apply to blocked hits, so I think this is a buff for Mr. Fantastic there. Also, Mr. Sinister fixed an issue where Mr. Sinister's copy debuff ability was able to bypass some immunities, so I think that should be good when you're playing with certain champions up against him. And then we got Old Man Logan. Initial regeneration will now be affected by the healing modifier of the Liquid Courage Mastery's poison debuff. So I think that's bad news for Old Man Logan, right? It means the poison's going to reduce his base healing if you got the Suicide Masteries by 30%, which is a bit annoying, man. Certainly not exactly what you want there. Symbiote Supreme will now nullify Venom's buffs at the start of the fight, so I think that's a good little interaction change there for Symbiote Supreme, I assume. And War Machine fixed an issue where Captain Marvel was not gaining energy charges from blocking War Machine's Special 1 bullet attacks. So yeah, a bit of a weird one there, but stealth buffed Captain Marvel movie against War Machine, so that one's all right. Now, just to quickly read off the champion spotlights, the very base stuff about Terrax and Mole Man. So Terrax again is going to be a cosmic champion, and apparently Terrax whips up a rock field in battle to shred his opponents to pieces. He can also channel the power cosmic to gain indestructibility and increase power rate. And yeah, we'll dive into all the abilities because I'm sure there's going to be a lot to talk about when it comes to Terrax. But I think like base abilities as well, we can see he's got shock immunity, bleed immunity, power cosmic, indestructible, and rock field. So double immunities there seems okay from the initial top level stuff there. And then we got Mole Man's mechanics. So Mole Man makes use of Giganto Jr.'s enormous presence to bully his enemies into submission. Giganto Jr. can take a lot of punishment for Mole Man by purifying debuffs and converting them into Monster Mass. Monster Mass allows the pair to counter-attack opponents that strike their block. Monster Mass also allows them to withstand heavy and unblockable hits. If Mole Man and Giganto Jr. take enough damage and debuffs, they both go into a frenzy, causing all hits to become critical hits and all blocked attacks to be countered at no cost. So Mole Man's basic utility is shock immunity, true accuracy, bleed, monster mass, and unstoppable. And we'll dive into the full abilities and synergies, man, because we have a lot to talk about when it comes to both new champions. But yeah, I'm very, very interested for next month. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff to keep us busy. We got new objectives, we got the International Women's Day boss rush, a ton of quality of life improvements. We got Act 6 Chapter 4, which is going to consume a good portion of the month as well, and 2 new champions. So March is looking really, really promising. Certainly a fair bit more spicy than February, I'd say. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts on the March update in the comments section below, and what are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments section. But aside from that, if you did enjoy today's breakdown, please do smash that like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.